The broadcast is now live.
I know, right?
We are live.
Where the smell of Clemson? LSU fan came to get spike in my booty. Fuck you.
Roll, baby! Oh, bitch.
Are you that stupid?
Yes, I am.
I'm not going to sugarcoat things. It's a fucking shit show.
All right, welcome to CSF Late Nights. By the way, I am a dumbass because we actually started on time tonight, but I forgot to hit the go live button. We've already played the intro once and fucking we're talking back and forth. And anyway, I'm Rob Sanders. Welcome to the program. Average Dave joins me over here. The Gnome is going to be gone for a little bit. We have Virtual Gnome. He'll be joining the program every now and then. We love you, Gnome. Come back when you can, but we're going to have the Gnome with us virtually for a while. Anyway, welcome into the program. Big upset in the Sun Belt tonight as Appalachian State has taken down the bad boys from Conway. Coastal Carolina falls. Folks in Louisiana are like, damn it, I wish we could have beat them, but you can't. So, sucks to be you. Anyway, welcome to the program. Average Dave, what's up, brother?
Not a whole bunch. Ready to make fun of people, including my own LSU Tigers and Ed O. And let's see who calls in the show tonight.
Yeah, 803-470-2905, 803-470-2905. Edwin says we're a bunch of slap dicks. Thank you for that, Edwin.
You know how stupid we felt when we realized we had just been talking to ourselves for about 5 minutes.
To ourselves. My fault. And it's completely my fault. I mean, I'm the fucking jerk off that handles all the other part of it, but oh yeah, I guess I should open up the phones too. My bad. I'm just off tonight, man. You guys got to give me some slack here. All right, the phone lines are now open. 803-470-2905, 803-470-2905. I'm looking directly at the phone system, so if you call, you will get on the program. That's how it works. We are a bunch of slapdicks. Thank you. Maybe that's what we should name the show. CSF Slapdicks. Rebrand the whole fucking show. We're the CSF Slapdicks.
The shit show of slapdicks.
Edwin with a good point here, and I can't believe we've been doing this show for a fucking year.
Oh, I forgot. Hold on. I got something for that.
Oh shit. Let's while he's doing that, let's go out to the phones. Welcome in to CSF Late Nights. How are you?
Man, Hello? Who the hell is y'all's executive producer?
Oh, fuck that guy. We had an executive producer, and that guy sucks. Fuck that guy.
He needs to be fired.
We fired that dickhead. Fuck him. Fuck all. Fuck him. I'll say it. I don't give a shit. The first executive producer of the show, was he thought he could run T-shirt ideas by us and shit, and it's like, I don't do all that. By the way, I'm naming a new executive producer of the show. The new executive producer of the show is Edwin Reeves. Edwin Reeves is the executive producer of the show. So there you go with all that. He's the only one I'm going to answer to. He's the only one I'm going to answer to. So whatever Edwin comes up with, that's what we'll go with. I mean, he was back around when radio started, so we have to listen to Edwin, old bastard.
Dude, he was back around when fire was discovered. What are you talking about, man?
Oh, shit. Dave's wearing a tie. Get the fuck out of here. for the 1 year session for the program. But
we said we dress up tonight.
What's up, fellas?
Yeah, I ain't dressed. Look, I'm fucking wearing tattoos and a tank top, motherfucker. That's all I got. All right, Andre, spit out whatever nonsense you're gonna have at it, brother. Tell us why you're happy LSU split with Coach Orgeron and whatever else.
Well, let me start with this. The people who think that it's retarded to fire Orgeron are not LSU fans. They don't follow the program like we do. They don't see the off-the-field crap going on, and they're just totally fine with seeing the program run into the ground until they fire the man. And this is from fan base all over the country outside of LSU. So to them, sit down, shut up, and just watch, Now, I was listening. I know, Dave, you ever heard Matt Moscona, you know who he is?
Yes.
You know Scone? All right. I was listening to Scone tonight, and he was talking to somebody who has deep ties in the SEC, and he said that there's two names that the SEC that they're actually afraid of, some people within the SEC, and that's Mel Tucker and one Billy Napier. Now, here's the thing. There's people in that comment section on that YouTube video talking about they need a big splash hire. They don't need a big splash hire. Jay Johnson was not a big splash hire. Am I correct?
No.
Dave? Right. Did you hear his name floated before the hire?
Yes.
No.
I'm letting
So,
you go, Dave. This is your
not
thing,
many-
brother. How about it?
Not many people are talking about Napier running a program, which I kind of like that. I know he would jump at the opportunity. You know,
Of
he's
course
been
he
called
would.
like Nick Saban, but he coaches offense. You know, he runs that program with no nonsense. You see when he's done with the talent that he can bring into ULL, for God's sakes. I just get giddy to think about that what he can do with the talent of LSU, and he works his ass off. You know, and he's all about culture. And my God, that's one thing they need at LSU is a
Hey,
good culture.
You know who else is about culture that LSU should look at, but he's not going to be flashy. Mark Stoops is about culture. Why
Yeah,
not go and get
yeah.
him? He's coached in the SEC. He knows the programs. He's run an SEC program before. Why not go and get him? He's made fucking chicken salad out of chicken shit at Kentucky for years now, and made them not necessarily a viable program, but they're competitive. Imagine what he could do with SEC
Well,
talent.
I think he'd be good, but here's why I like Napier. First of all, you don't have to pay him as much money as a coach that's coached in the SEC or Power 5 conference, you know? Not his first contract, at least, until he's get a second one and re-ups. Second of all, he knows the talent. He knows the high school coaches and the talent in Louisiana. So, first of all, they need to get a coach that can lock down Louisiana, because here lately we're losing more and more people to Alabama out of Louisiana, you know? So we need to, first of all, lock down the state of Louisiana, and that'll greatly benefit us, because we shouldn't have people.
Yeah, but you've had like 5 straight years of like top 10 classes. So I don't think recruiting is the problem, my friend.
It's not.
Yeah, but you're losing some great people to like Alabama. To Clemson,
Yeah, I understand that, but I'm not trying to
still recruiting
be a dickhead to you, but recruiting is not, if you're finishing in the top 10 every year, recruiting is not the problem.
Well,
Agreed.
I think they should at least lock down Louisiana. Period. You shouldn't.
That's you being a Louisiana homeboy and you're wanting the Cajuns all to go to LSU. I'd rather have a top 10 class than fucking lock down Louisiana.
Have you looked at the talent level coming out of Louisiana? If you can lock
Don't
down
give a shit.
Louisiana,
If I have a
and pull
top
some
10
from
class
outside the
every
state,
year, if you come to me and you say, you know what, I'll give you a top 10 recruiting class every year, or you can lock down Louisiana, I'm taking the top 10 class.
If you lock down Louisiana, you'll have a top 10 recruit class.
That's
the point. That's the point. It's a start, you know? So that's what they need to do from now on. But I really think the Napier would be great. I really do. And I don't understand why people sit there and say, well, you need to go cut your teeth being a Power 5 head coach somewhere before you do that. Those days are long gone. Was Kirby Smart a Power 5 head coach? No. He was an assistant. You know?
Well,
so what would you rather, an assistant or an actual head coach who has rebuilt a program? You know,
well,
I'd rather the head coach rebuild the program.
Under that logic, the last 3 coaches that LSU's had that's won national titles all were head coaches somewhere else first.
No, Orgeron was not. Oh,
and Orgeron was a coach at Southern Cal.
You're right. He was at Ole Miss. That was trash.
He was also at Southern Cal.
Ole Miss.
He took over Southern Cal when they fired Sark, right?
Yeah, he said he had 2 Division I coaching jobs. So
that was an interim thing.
And he should have gotten the full-time gig.
He should have gotten the full-time gig with what he did. Yeah.
I might have said as well. Never mind. I would say when I said some trouble, but I'm
not
sure.
People can say what they want right now about Ed O and all that stuff. But Edo came in and he won you a national title. You know how many other programs have hired coaches that got them nothing? How about Brandon's team?
Yeah.
Texas. They've hired 3 coaches who have got them nothing so far, right?
To be fair, Sark is
Strong,
his first year,
Herman,
but
Sark.
Well, look,
It's not like winning a national championship is easy.
look. I'll put this out there. Fuck Texas. I'm tired of everybody like, and Brandon's been in the chat room with us and all that. But what happened to the days of yesteryear when all of us were like, fuck Texas ass? Texas doesn't win shit. They are a fucking
Still like
mediocre ass program. No, we're not. We don't rip Texas enough. We're trying to be polite. I'll say it for
you know
everybody.
why we don't rip them? Because
Fuck
there's nothing to
Texas.
rip.
Fuck Texas. They fucking run out of a uterus every game. I ain't buying Texas. They're a mediocre ass program.
So what Brandon said was if you want good recruits, you need to go to Texas, Florida, or California. And true, those states have more bodies than Louisiana, but per capita, meaning by volume as it relates to how many people are in your state, by volume per capita, Louisiana produces more NFL talent than any other state.
I like when Dave like gives us the hand signals.
Hand signals.
The only hand signals I'm going to use are these. That's all I'm using. Fuck all that. Dave's more serious than I am.
No, but Dave's
really
right,
is.
though. I mean, that's why I say lock down Louisiana and then worry about recruiting outside of the state. If you can lock down Louisiana, you've got a top 10 class every year, and you just add pieces from wherever else you need. Because if we don't, with Texas and Oklahoma and the SEC, it's going to get worse. You're going to have more people poached out of Louisiana by Texas and Oklahoma. You know.
Let's see here. Alabama
that's my
lost
take
to
on that.
wishless Texas, Brandon. Tell us your record against TCU the past, 7 years? You can't beat a fucking Horned Frog. Shut up. Shut the fuck up. I don't want to hear your shit. If you played like I'll give you this. If you played in the SEC East, you would finish probably 4th this year. You're not a valid fucking football program. I'm tired with the whole
by the
horns
way-
thing and yay, we have horns and we have money. Fuck off. Fuck off with all that. When you go into the
Remind
SEC
me
and
who,
you're
Texas
used to
played
having this
last
whole
week.
thing where you run fucking the Big 12, you're not going to get that in the SEC. The fucking SEC, the programs are going to look at you and be like, take your ass over there and sit with Mizzou and shut your dick sucker. You are not valid here. That's the way it's going to be for Texas. The fucking biggest mistake you made was leaving the Big 12 where everything was yours. Now you're going somewhere where you're going to be a cunt. You're going to get fucked like a prom queen by the football team. That's what's going to happen to you. Texas is not valid.
Like
Tired of people like running their mouths about Texas. Fuck Texas. I'll say
not just the football team, perhaps the
whole fucking
Arkansas
state.
football team.
Fuck the whole state. We should give the state to Mexico. Fuck Texas. Motherfuckers lost the Alamo. Fuck them. When they lost the Alamo, we shouldn't fucking let them in our state. Fuck Texas forever.
Who did Texas lose to last week?
I don't give a
Remind us.
shit. Fuck them. They lose every fucking week. Fuck them.
The Pokes.
Pokes, yeah. Fucking the mullet went in there with grease in his hair. He went to the Waffle House and got grease in his mullet to grease it down, then went in and beat your ass.
Come after me. I'm a man.
Yeah, double-digit leads in your program. Fucking cunt program. There you go. I said it.
Tell us how you feel, Rob. Tell us how you
I'm
feel.
serious.
So
Fuck that, dude. I'm tired. Oh, Texas is a national power. No, you're not. You're a mediocre Big 12 team. Get the fuck out of here.
So Texas is like a national brand, but that doesn't mean you're any good, for God's sake.
Cowboys are a national brand. They haven't won anything since 1990. What? 6?
Fuck. Oh, I
Yeah.
forgot. Edwin lives in Texas, so we have to fucking get Edwin out of Texas. Edwin was in California, a foreign country at one point. Now he's in Texas, and I'm wanting to give Texas to fucking Mexico. Brandon says Clemson sucks. Clemson has 2 of the last 5 national titles. Go fuck yourself. Don't bring Clemson into this. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about. That's big boy football. Clemson would mouth pump Texas. Go fuck yourself. Seriously. Find a fucking butt plug and use it. on both ends. Get 2 of them. Get you a double dong dildo and fill up both holes. That's what Texas is. Fucking cunt maggot program. Anyway,
Oop.
go ahead.
Oh, I got a mouse.
Right then.
Anything else?
No, I just want what do you think, Dave, about Billy Napier? I mean, what do y'all think? Do y'all really think that he's going to have a shot of interviewing and getting that job?
I don't know if he'll have a shot, but is he a good candidate? Yes.
I think he's excellent. And I'm not just saying that because I laughed
So
yet.
it wasn't just the type of coach that he is that's made ULL successful since he's been there. He took Saban's model and he brought Saban's model to ULL. So it's not just coordinators and position coaches. He hired analysts for almost every facet of the game. So he has an entire staff that's more than just my defensive coordinator, my offensive coordinator, my quarterbacks coach, my linebackers coach, my defensive line. He's built a structure like Alabama has, and it's helpful.
Who's the guy that's the offensive coordinator for the Carolina Panthers that everybody loves, but the coach at LSU?
Joe Brady, but
yeah,
Joe Brady, he didn't like recruiting though. That's the problem.
Right. The thing with I love the I had some LSU fans on the show today telling me about that they wish that he would go, and I'm like, let's look at it from this perspective. This guy has 1 year coaching on the field level in college football, just 1 year, and you want to give him a program that you want to give him the LSU program. He's been coaching 1 year at the field level. Now, I understand being an assistant, you learn some things, and I'm not saying he's not a good coach. He's 32 years old, and he has 1 year coaching on the field. If that's who you want to give your program to, good luck, bro. Good luck. I'm not saying he wouldn't be great. I'm just saying he's unproven. And I think that giving someone a Corvette,
that's all it is.
That's not going to work. That's not going to work.
No,
and by the way, he wasn't even the offensive coordinator at LSU. Yeah, he was the passing game coordinator.
Right.
So, people seem to forget that too. And yeah, he put together some good stuff. I'm not saying he's not a good coach, but there's a lot more than being just X's and O's and being a college coach. I mean, you're the fucking head statesman. You're going to have to recruit. You're going to have to do all of it. You're going to have to hire a staff, and that's not exactly easy. And have all of them on the same level. I mean, it's really hard to be a college coach. And Edwin's right. X's and O's are the easy part of the game. And he may have that, but I wanting him there, I think would be, if I'm an Alabama fan, I'm like, please hire this guy, because you're going to be experimenting, because he's got to figure out what he wants to be as a coach. He's only 32. You don't know what the fuck you want to do at 32. You just barely got hair on your nuts.
He's got a good education in football. I mean, he spent time under Sean Payton at New Orleans, but is he ready to take that leap? I doubt it.
We'll see.
No, and he doesn't like recruiting, period. I mean, that's the biggest part of college football is recruiting. If you don't like recruiting, you're not going to be worth damn.
But in name,
I'm the head coach. I don't want to recruit.
Let's say hypothetically, though, they do hire the guy. Just on his name, he's going to get quarterbacks that want to come and play for him because of what he did with Joe Burrow.
Defensive. He don't like recruiting. He won't be going to a parent's living room saying, to the parents, this is why your son should come to LSU.
If you want to be successful, you've got to. I mean, you won't have a choice.
But he won't, because he doesn't want to recruit. So therefore, I don't think.
But if he's the head coach, he will have to understand that he has to do that. That's not something that he can get away from. If you're the head coach of the program, you're the guy.
My son is 15, okay? And if my son were a high caliber athlete, it'd be really hard for me. Let's say my son's 17, and I've got a 32-year-old coach coming in and telling me, hey, I want your son to come and play for me. And by the way, I'm an offensive guy, but your son's a top defensive end. He should come and play here. It'd be really hard for me to fucking buy. Just saying. Really, I've got fucking underwear older than you, dude. You know where you should go? You should go to Texas. That's where people fucking learn to coach. I go to Texas and learn some shit. Go over there and learn, and then maybe we'll talk to you. If the stench doesn't fucking kill you.
Man, you better watch out, man. Brandon's gonna drive down I-20 and come kick your ass.
I ain't
Keep
fucking
talking about
fuck. You
Texas
want
like that.
219 Halling Drive, Columbia, South Carolina, 29229. That's my address. Knock. If you get here early, we'll make you breakfast. Don't
Do you
get
really
blood
wanna
on the
put that
fucking
on
floor.
Facebook and YouTube, bro?
I don't give a fuck. I put my fucking address. I don't give a fuck. That's where I live. Google it. That's where I'm at. Don't give a shit. You want my fucking phone number? 261-6317. Call me. There it is right there. Call
I'm
me.
gonna take leave and I'm gonna show up at Rob's house one morning and be like, "What the fuck?"
I'll make you
Hey,
breakfast.
man,
I don't
you
give
said
a
you cook
fuck.
breakfast.
I'll make some goddamn breakfast.
With
Want some
waffles.
French toast? Yeah, well, for fucking Texas, they get fucking they get some of that goddamn like liver pudding with onions and shit. That's what they eat in Texas, right? Liver pudding and bullshit. Fuck
No,
all
man.
that.
When I was in Texas, man, on my eggs I used to put salsa. Salsa. Anyways,
Really?
that's all I have for the show. I just wanted to let y'all know, get y'all's comments about Billy Napier and the program. So that's all I got. Roll Tide off a cliff. And by the way,
My
go
asshole
Astros!
wants to suck cock.
Okay. Thanks, Andre. 803-470-2905. 803-470-2905. You want to pick games there, Dave?
We can pick games. You want to go off of Callaway?
Yeah, we'll go off the Callaway's Pick'em Challenge, which is, by the way, in the on my other podcast that I do, the Callaway's Pick'em Challenge. Throw some games at me, and we'll pick them together here. You guys can pick in the. Someone else wants to call the program.
Let's.
That in a minute. Welcome to the program. Good evening.
What's happening?
What's going on?
Hey, man, I hope you know. So even after I kick your ass, you're still gonna make me eggs, right?
Yes! Yes! Fuck you too!
No, I'm not making you eggs. I'm gonna make me eggs, and then we'll go from there. I ain't scared of shit.
I'll bring the
Let's make
salsa,
sure we
man.
understand that.
I'll bring the salsa.
I don't eat that fucking shit. This is fucking South Carolina.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
This salsa was made in New York City.
Yeah, we don't eat your fucking salsa from Texas. You motherfuckers probably put rat poison in that shit. I ain't eating that shit.
Well, I mean, just for you, I probably would, but
I ain't eating that shit. Fuck off with all of that. Andre wants breakfast. I might go make me some breakfast here in a minute.
Settled. I'm done watching Texas for the year. They can lose every fucking game. I am literally fucking over it. I'm over it.
Yeah. Well, they're a shithole.
Yeah. I think it's gonna be some fucking time for sure. I'll give him this. It's not bad for his first year, but he's gonna have to make some different hires because it's not working out.
Well, I mean, so you just take the sample size.
The mentality of giving up after 3 quarters is still there after Herman left, which is a problem.
It is a problem. In the last 2 games, Oklahoma State, in the fourth quarter, the fourth quarter, Texas was outscored 41-7 over those 2 games in just the fourth quarter.
Yeah,
giving up 3 touchdowns to the opposing team per game over the last 2 games in just the fourth quarter.
So,
I mean, shit, we suck. I'm the first one to admit it.
Since 2010, you have 60 losses. That's what I'm looking at right now. Since 2010, Texas has 7, 12, 16, 21, 28, 35, 42, 48, 52, 57, 60, 63 losses since 2010. You're not a valid football program, sir.
How many wins was that?
How many wins do you have? I can give you, let's see here. You have 4, 11, 19, 29, 36, 41, 46, 52, 60, 69, 77, 82. 82 and 63. That's not, I mean, that's like, ugh.
I mean, it's over 500. That'd be good in baseball.
Congratulations, you played yourself.
Yeah, no shit, right?
No,
well, let's quit talking about my shitty team. I would like to talk about Kentucky and Georgia. Was that surprising, or I mean, did you expect Georgia to score more points, or was that a more surprising outcome than what y'all had thought.
So Georgia did not cover, correct?
I don't
No,
think so.
they were 27-point favorites or something. They did not cover.
I don't think they covered on the Callaway, which was 24.5.
It was 24, yeah, something like that. They didn't cover. That Kentucky got a late score.
So I picked Kentucky.
Fucking Bob Stoops called a timeout to score a touchdown with like fucking 8 seconds to go. What a cunt, Bob Stoops.
The craziest thing I've ever seen. Kentucky's last drive lasted over 11 minutes. I don't think I've ever seen a drive take 11 minutes. And that's the only reason why Kentucky covered the spread in that game, because they didn't give the football back. But it was about what I expected. I didn't, Kentucky has a good running game. They have a legit running back. They're good at ball control. But, I mean, when you're playing a defense like Georgia has, it is what it is. I don't see anybody really putting anything on Georgia this season. We'll see how it shakes out in the CFP and who they got to play and who can game plan for that. But right now, Georgia is manhandling people in the trenches.
Well, and in fairness, what Dave said about that 11-minute drive, that's what Mark Stoops wanted. He would have been happy with, 3 11-minute drives and, Georgia barely touching the fucking football.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Edwin says they were supposed to give up. I'm not saying give up, but goddamn calling a timeout? The fuck is that all about? I'm just saying that because it fucking cost me to pick them. I don't really give a shit. Do whatever the fuck you want.
Oh, you picked Georgia?
Yeah, I did. I thought Georgia.
I can't talk any crap because I picked 11 games last week and I was right on 4.
Yeah.
I did.
Yeah, 7
I think I got 6 right.
Yeah.
I was
I don't
terrible.
know. I
There you go,
can't
that-
remember.
Yeah. Well, Kentucky's they're winning with smoke and mirrors. Let's just leave it at that.
I mean,
So,
but the thing about Kentucky now is they're probably going. They really don't have a tough game left on the schedule, so they're probably going to win out.
Well, the only issue with that is Georgia's not going to lose another game.
They're not.
They got-
The best shot at it.
They got Mississippi State.
So Kentucky's
they got
already out of it.
Tennessee. Yeah, they got Mississippi State and Tennessee. And
Tennessee's
Vanderbilt
playing a
and
little
Louisville.
better, but I mean, still, that's not.
I mean, they may go 11-1. But fucking, take your
Kentucky's
ass-
going to probably go 11-1 and play in a New Year's 6 this year.
I could see that. I don't see why they would
I'll
lose
take.
another game.
I don't even know who they're playing, but I'll take whoever it is they get. They're winning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, the Georgia Kentucky game went about the. I didn't think Kentucky had a prayer to win, and
No.
Georgia
They held on
almost
better than I
covered.
thought they would, though.
I thought Kentucky would try ball control offense, but in the end, when you're known, when you're a one-trick pony, when all you've got is that run game, and every now and then you could pop a pass here and there, you make it easy on Georgia to game plan for you because all they got to do is stack the box and then man you up on the outside. And I'm sure that Kentucky, or not Kentucky, Georgia believes that their athletes on the corners are better than Kentucky's wide receivers, so they probably have no issue with that at all.
Well, there's 2 things that I see happening for the SEC. Obviously, Alabama. I don't think Alabama's going to lose another game. And Georgia's definitely not going to lose another game. So either Georgia's going to lose to Alabama in the championship and they're both going to go to the playoffs, or Georgia's going to beat Alabama and Alabama's going to be out. I mean, that's really the only 2 things that can go on.
No
in the SEC,
two-loss
in
team
my
has
opinion.
ever made the CFP. So
I would love to see that just because then Alabama can't say they've made the CFP every year. And that's a win for America.
Well, they have it. I don't know if y'all remember or not. I can't remember what year it was. Yeah, it was 19 they didn't go because of LSU, and then they lost to Auburn as well.
Oh, that's right. So Clemson, up until this year, was the only team. No, Oklahoma's made it every year, right?
no, no team has
no.
made it every year. Clemson's had 6 straight appearances, but Clemson wasn't in the first one, if I remember correctly. I have to look it up, but
Yeah, the first one was Oregon and someone else, like in the finals, if I'm
Florida
not
State.
mistaken. Oh yeah,
Florida
there we
State,
go.
wasn't it?
Ohio State.
Yeah, whatever. Some state fucking team. I don't fucking know. It's late.
Well, that's
Isn't
another
that
thing.
Winston?
If Ohio State wins out, do you think that they make it?
If they went out,
I don't know.
I mean, but they
I'm
got
not
beat by
convinced that
Oregon,
they
and
can.
Oregon's really not helping them
Here's-
with their
Here's where
loss
it's gonna.
to
Here's
Oregon.
where it's gonna get.
considering-
Here's where it's gonna get interesting. All right. If Oregon wins out, they have a win over Ohio State. Ohio State wins out. They win the Big Ten. Alabama and Georgia play each other. Alabama wins by 3 points. Cincinnati wins out. Who in the fuck are you going to take? And you've got Oklahoma there too, who's probably going to win out. I mean, who's going to get left out in the cold? You only got 4 spots. I mean, I mean, it's going to be hard to say Ohio State's like, yeah, our only loss on the season was to the Pac-12 champion. I mean, that's kind of hard to throw at them. Oklahoma's probably going to go undefeated in theory. We don't have a loss. Cincinnati's like, what the fuck do we have to do? You know, and then Alabama and Georgia can say, hey, you know what? You know, we're in the SEC. I know that sounds silly, but Georgia didn't really play a tough SEC schedule this year. I mean, I truly believe that, but they did have Clemson on their schedule. And if they have Alabama on the schedule and lose to Alabama, what's the best win on your schedule, Georgia? Seriously. It's just the Clemson win, and Clemson may end up in the fucking mayonnaise bowl. So you can have all of that, and I think you'll get the SEC champion, and then it'll be a sliding scale from there on out. I really do.
Well, and that's also if Ohio State wins out, because I mean, obviously Michigan is playing well, but they
they're
almost
undefeated
got
and
beat
6th.
Nebraska. So,
Wow.
I mean, I don't know if Ohio State beats Michigan. And if they lose, I don't know. It's going to be interesting because, like you said, I mean, Cincinnati has one good win over Notre Dame, and that's not really a good win, in my opinion. Notre Dame's kind of overrated.
They're
year.
always overrated.
All the other years.
Look, there's a lot of love for Cincinnati because of what Cincinnati did. Just the look of what they did against Georgia last year in the Peach Bowl. And people think they can compete, but the reality is this. Whoever Cincinnati gets in the CFP, they're going to lose by 10 or more, in my opinion. I really believe that. So,
I think it'd be worse than that, in all honesty.
It probably would. I mean, it probably would, but you know, it's hard for me to sit here and say, by the way, that there's 2 other teams that could make a serious push to get into the college football playoff. Or actually, no, just one other team. From the ACC, Wake Forest is 6-0. If Wake Forest wins out and wins the ACC and they're 13-0, you think that people aren't going to be like, wait a minute, why in the fuck aren't they in the college football playoff? I know that people are like, oh, it's Wake Forest. They're 13-0 and a conference champion in a Power 5 conference. Yeah. If they win out, they're going to be in the playoff. I'm not saying they're going to. I'm just saying that that's something that can make it really, really shitty for the playoff. But I would like to see, because I think Georgia's the best team in the country, and I want the best playoff matchups. So I would like to see, I look at the SEC championship game as an elimination game. So give me the winner of that game in the playoff. And hopefully it's Georgia, because I want to see that Georgia defense against somebody else like an Ohio State or like an Oklahoma, just to see how that works out for them. And then we can go from there. But Cincinnati's probably going to end up in it, and that's just going to fuck the whole playoff system up. It's silly. It really is.
My thing is, I know we've talked about this before, but they really need to broaden it. I mean, I'm not saying that, you know, everybody gets a chance, but I mean, I feel like with just having 4 teams, there's, you know, teams on, you know, the outer end of that are getting shafted that actually might have a shot in the playoffs.
But see, my thing is, I can't remember many, if any, years where I thought that the the team ranked 5 or 6 in the CFP rankings when it came time to do the playoff had a chance to beat one of the other 4 teams. Like maybe last year A&M had that bitch, but not really any other years.
I mean, Wishless Texas got blown out by Alabama. I mean, it wasn't. I mean, they lost by like 30, if I remember right. I mean, it wasn't even fucking close.
It wasn't close.
No. So I mean, it's kind of hard for me to say, oh, they should have been there. I'm not buying that at all.
Here's your undefeated teams right now. Georgia, obviously, Cincinnati, Oklahoma, and then you got Michigan. Oh, the Cowpokes are undefeated. The Spartans are undefeated.
Yep, Oklahoma State.
Wake Forest is undefeated. The Chanticleers are not undefeated.
Fuck them.
Oh. Is that too soon?
Well, see, and another thing with the Big 12, though, is
and then SMU and
Big 12, it's anywhere.
UTSA.
You have Oklahoma State and Oklahoma. They're both undefeated. Well, then you have Baylor in there as well. I think Baylor's undefeated as well. They might have one loss. I don't know. I'm not totally sure. But if you get Oklahoma and Oklahoma State, they match up during the season. Let's say, I don't know, Oklahoma State loses, right? Well, they go to the championship. It's really hard to beat a team twice in the same year. So you have the opportunity that Oklahoma State wins the championship, and then what do you do with that? I mean, do you take Oklahoma or do you take Oklahoma State? I mean, there's a lot of ways that, this shit could go. It's still early in the season.
So Baylor is not undefeated. They lost to Okie State.
Oh shit! I didn't know that.
It was close. No, that wasn't close. It was 24-14 Oklahoma State. The week before when they played Iowa State, that was close, 31-29. But Baylor didn't that.
Next week in the Big Ten, Michigan and Michigan State play each other, so one of those teams is going to have a loss.
Yes.
Yep.
Michigan's playing this weekend against Northwestern. They might lose that fucking game. I don't know, but we'll see. In Week 10, you've got Ohio State playing Nebraska. There was another Big Ten matchup that was interesting. Yeah, I don't remember. Hold on. There's a Week 11. What is it? Yeah, Michigan and Penn State play each other too in Week 11, so that's going to be interesting too. But yeah, there's a lot of slippery slope games there across the way. So yeah,
there's a lot of good stuff still coming. I mean, Oklahoma and Oklahoma State have to play each other. Michigan and Ohio State have to play each other.
Yeah.
So there's still going to be things that shake up before the end of this season. It's not going to be the way it looks now. Who knows what the top 25 is going to look like when it's actually time to pick the 4 teams that go to the CFP. I doubt it's going to be Georgia, Cincinnati, Oklahoma, and Alabama.
I'm looking at the SEC, right? And this is something that's interesting too. Ole Miss has 1 loss on the year. That's to Alabama. Auburn has 2 losses, but one of them is to Penn State. So if Auburn can win the rest of their games and beat Alabama, Auburn's going to the SEC championship game.
Correct.
What? That's the way that it'll be. If they win out, they will go to the SEC championship game. Now, their remaining schedule is Ole Miss this week. They've got Texas A&M next week. And then they're off a week. No, then they've got Mississippi State. And then they got South Carolina. So their schedule, the back end of the schedule is really, really tough with actually right now, and then they have South Carolina, who's a shithole, before they play Alabama. So yeah.
Alabama's the last game, correct? Iron Bowl's the last game.
Last game. Yeah, but the reality is that Auburn could win the SEC West. Alabama could get knocked out too if this is the whole what if scenario, but Alabama losing to Texas A&M. If Alabama drops one more game and Ole Miss wins out, Ole Miss is going to the SEC championship game.
Correct.
But I mean, it's this is the way it works out. So we'll see.
I love this. I love that we're this far into the season and I have no idea what's going to happen.
Yeah, this I would say. I mean, it's been a really. There's no one that could have predicted this season. I mean, there's so much shit that has happened this season that it's actually. I mean, a lot of people say it's been a crappy season for football, but I think this has been like the most interesting season there's been in a while. I mean, because before it's always the same shit. Alabama, don't get me wrong.
Ohio State, Oklahoma, Clemson.
Georgia, Oklahoma, Ohio State. I mean, it's always the same shit. But this year, it seems like it's going to be a little bit different. And speaking on the Auburn and Alabama game, Alabama always has trouble with Auburn. I don't know what it is. I mean, it's a big fucking game, and they're playing in Auburn, if I'm not mistaken. So, I mean, who knows what's going to happen?
Pick six. Or no, kick six.
For anybody.
Yeah, we'll see how that works. I don't know. I want the best college football playoff matchups, but you know, it would make me happy too if we had like the whole season's been a shitter anyway. Wouldn't it be like some interesting shit if I don't know, Georgia lost to Florida, but they still win the East. Alabama loses to Auburn, but ends up in the SEC championship game. Alabama, with 2 losses, beats Georgia. Then you have a 2-loss SEC champion. I mean, that's some shit that could happen. It's really not that far-fetched. It's really not. So,
it's not.
I mean, I know it sounds like it's a pipe dream, but it could theoretically happen. And then you're going to have all the SEC folks with the lower back tattoos are being like, well, goddamn. Why?
We have to play each other.
That's what you'll have there. And it'll be funny. And I'll be able to laugh hysterically. But, then you could have a team in the playoff that aren't really worth a shit. But, the SEC sitting home, their biggest thing is the Sugar Bowl where they match up with a 2-loss Oak State team. Good luck, bro. Good luck. That would be funny. I'd like that. Why not?
There's tons of things that I would like to see happen. I would love to see Michigan upset Ohio State. I would love to see OK State lose to Oklahoma, but then Oklahoma get upset by somebody you didn't see happening, like what usually happens to them, like Kansas State.
A game that's you guys know this. I cover South Carolina for iHeartRadio. South Carolina almost lost to Vanderbilt. Vanderbilt led the majority of the second half against South Carolina. South Carolina won by a point. So Vanderbilt's terrible. They haven't won an SEC game since like 2017, something like that. It's been a long fucking time. And they almost went into Columbia and won as a 17-point underdog. So things can happen. So there you go with that.
Well, it's just like Iowa. I mean, they got beat by Purdue conventionally.
Iowa, when you watched them play, though, I mean, you kind of knew they weren't that good. So
most of their stuff that they've had, and they've gotten it off of turnovers. I mean, if you watch their games, I mean, their defense is good on turnovers, and that's what's honestly gotten them a lot of their points. But they didn't really create any of that last Saturday, and you see what happens whenever you don't do that with their team that they have.
Good point, sir.
Honestly, I don't know. I had them in the playoffs at the beginning, and then, honestly, I didn't see them losing to Purdue out of all fucking people. But, like we've talked about, this season is very unpredictable.
Sure.
If I can't see the finish, what I want the finish to be is absolute chaos.
Yeah, you just like drama.
Oh, it's going to be fun.
Average Dave wants it to be like Days of Our Lives.
No, I want it to be like the 2007 season where LSU had 2 losses and they needed all this help. Like they needed a terrible Pitt team to beat WVU. Oklahoma had to lose the Big 12 championship, and then that happened. And there was all kinds of like crazy stuff that had to happen for it to work out, where LSU got to jump back up to number 2, and then it all happened. And I was like, this is nuts. Not that that's going to work out for LSU this year, but for somebody that's going to make something sweet for a team that you weren't expecting it to be sweet for.
By the way, hold on a second here. I want to look at something really quick while we have the Texas fan on the phone here. When I look at Texas, you have hold on, damn it. Texas is 4-3 on the year. The rest of the Longhorn schedule here, they've got Baylor, Iowa State, Kansas, West Virginia, and Kansas State. Are we looking at a 6-6 season here? I mean,
I think so.
I think you mouth pump Kansas because everybody else does, and I think you might beat West Virginia. Other than that, I don't know about the other games. I really don't.
Yeah, because we're playing Baylor at Baylor, so
Yeah,
I mean,
that's a
fuck,
loss.
anything can happen. Iowa State, I think we're playing in Iowa State.
Yeah, you're going up there to the cornfield. You got to go play the children of the corn in the cornfield, sir. That's not good.
I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. I mean, fuck, if it's a 6-6 season, it is what it is. But I mean, obviously, I'm not going to stop being a fan. I mean, I'm
No,
one of the
I'm an LSU fan.
that can admit. I'm one of the few Texas fans that can admit that we're not back, and I'm sick of that shit because it's making everybody else look fucking bad.
Texas is back, baby.
Oh,
the way,
God, I can't fucking stand that shit.
I love when they have Matthew McConaughey on the sideline and he's
all right.
Yeah, it's like, really? I said, you realize Matthew McConaughey doesn't wear deodorant and probably smells like a shithole to match the team that he supports. He doesn't bathe. He literally is on record. He bathes like once a month. And he's down there on the sidelines with him down there sweating his balls off. Has fucking month-old swamp ass.
He's sitting there.
Hey, he's one with nature, okay?
Yeah, he's a kind. He's beating his chest to get that smell off of it. Terrible. Google that. He doesn't bathe. I'm serious. Matthew McConaughey doesn't bathe. He bathes like once a month.
I might have to look that up. He is a professor there, though. I know that.
What the fuck does he teach? Not bathing? The fuck is
Well,
Matthew
maybe
McConaughey
so.
teaching?
I think fucking film or some bullshit. Like something obvious that you would expect.
Cut flap training, whatever. How to be a fucking
How to run out of a uterus.
Yeah, how to run out of a uterus. No, he probably teaches like some fucking metrosexual classes.
Teach how to live out of your Lincoln, man.
How to live out of your Lincoln, man. Yeah.
Well, that's why he doesn't shower. He fucking sleeps in his Lincoln.
Jesus Christ.
I don't know how much Lincoln pays.
All right, fellas, well, I'm going to hop off here, so.
All
Thanks
right,
for calling the show, B.
Thanks for calling the show, man. Fuck your team, though.
Yes, sir. Yeah, well, fuck your team. Hook them.
Hook them what? Fuck. Hook what? Is that what you guys saying?
They need to hook a win.
Thank you, fuck you, bye. Boom.
Thank you, fuck you, bye.
Gotta hear that nonsense. What are we talking to a Texas fan for? What the fuck do they know about football?
Matt Brown was great.
If Matthew McConaughey is teaching at your school, you're not really an academic institution. I stand by that. If he really is a Texas let's see here, Matthew McConaughey, no bathing. No bathing. Hold on, that's real. Hold on, let's see here. Here you go. Matthew McConaughey hasn't used deodorant in 3 decades.
What?
Yeah, that's real. I'm reading it right now. Matthew McConaughey hasn't used deodorant in 3 decades. Oscar and Matthew McConaughey revealed it's been years since he used a deodorant. It's been 3 decades. Ashton Kutcher and Mila Kunis spoke about not giving their kids a bath every day. Since then, celebs have joined them in giving their viewpoint on whether one should, in fact, take a shower every day. Matthew McConaughey doesn't think you should have to bathe. He really is. Hold on, there's more to this story. Hold on, let's see here. Yeah, he hasn't worn deodorant in 3 decades. There's that.
Probably causes a skin rash. Being clean causes a skin rash.
Doesn't wear cologne, no deodorant. Yeah. Whatever. Cameron Diaz doesn't use deodorant either. These fucking Hollywood people are fucking idiots. They don't fucking bathe. How does that work out for you?
Sounds French.
Yeah. It sounds
Oui, oui.
French. Yeah. Oui. Brandon says this Texan fan is the only one that calls in. Everyone else is scared besides Andre. Edwin calls the show. Edwin doesn't have to call the show because Edwin chats. Chucky Fuckstick calls the show. I mean, come on, man. The show's still in the growing stages. So, we'll see how that works out for us. People have called. We've had South Carolina fans call. Who else has called? Had other people call, right, Dave? I can't remember.
Sure we have.
Yeah. All right, 803-470-2905. I don't know where Fuckstick is. He is welcome to call the program, but the reality is anytime the Fuckstick calls, he doesn't really say anything that's worthwhile. It's just, Nick Saban's testicles feel good on my tonsils, and I don't want to.
We went off air last week with Chucky and Andre yelling at each other.
Yeah, that was great. That was a great way to end the show. Those two just fucking yelling at each other, and we just left them yelling at each other. The end of the show is Fuckstick sitting there by himself, like, where fucking everybody go? Everybody go.
What is going on?
Why is it that I'm talking to myself and Andre's still yelling at me? And Andre's still yelling, fuck Saban.
I went all the way to McDonald's to get on that Wi-Fi to sit here and look at myself.
Andre's yelling, fuck all these motherfuckers. And fuck Alabama and fucking Alabama this and Alabama that and fuck Coach O and Fuckstick's yelling back at him. Boo. They sound like two monkeys fucking a football. It was great. It was really funny.
It was a soup sandwich.
It was a what?
A soup sandwich.
A soup sandwich. That's some funny shit. By the way, America's team, the Atlanta Braves, have won tonight over the Los Angeles Dodgers. They are
3-1.
The World Series. They lead the series 3-1. Remember, hate to be the guy that says this, but last year the Braves led the Los Angeles Dodgers 3-1, and they lost. It's a little bit different this year, though. The Braves do have home field advantage, but as a Braves fan, I'm wanting them to close this shit out tomorrow night. And by the way, can I make a proclamation on this show really quick, Dave? Is that cool with you?
It is cool with me.
If I see Bob Costas on the street, I'm going to fuck him up. Fuck Bob Costas. I will kick Bob Costas in his midget fucking head. He's always running around with this, I'm Bob Costas. And I will kick Bob Costas in his man cunt if I see him in person. Write that down.
That's the way I feel about Joe Buck.
The wall of accountability. I will kick Bob Costas in his man cunt. Live on the fucking program. I will go live on the program and kick Bob Costas in his man cunt. So there you go.
Strohs ain't gonna make it that far, Dre. Sorry, bro.
I will not address the team from the city of Houston. I won't do it. So I'll take the Braves and whoever the American League sends. The American League isn't real baseball, by the way. If you have the DH, it's not real baseball. What you're saying is that your pitcher is a pussy and you won't send him up to the plate to bat. So you basically have some fucking idiot that sits over there and eats donuts and just gets to go up and bat instead of actually playing the actual game. So it's basically beer league softball in the American League. So the World Series title should go to whoever wins the NLCS because that's just the way that it is. Edwin Reese says that's how he feels about Dan Mullen. Yeah, I'd probably slap Dan Mullen too. I really would. You know what Dan Mullen would do? He'd take it because he's a bitch. See, like, if you go and you slap Coach O, he'd fucking wail on you. You know what I'm saying? Nick Saban would fucking fight you like a fucking crazy man. Some of these coaches, though, you slap the shit out of them, they'll be like, oh, my wife hits me harder than that and I like it. That's how some of these coaches are. Bob Costas is one of those. And I think Dan Mullen's the same way. I'd probably slap both of them. Fuck both those guys. You have anybody you want to slap, Dave? We might as well put that out there now.
There's lots of people that I want to slap. I mean,
Fuck Kirby Smart too. He's got a fucking Mr. Potato Head haircut. Fucking crazy motherfucker. And Mullen would probably give up his wife. All right, let's pick our games real quick so we can get out of here.
let's do it. So if we go to the pick'em, the first game on the pick'em is Cincinnati at Navy. Cincinnati minus 24.
Give me Cincinnati because Navy is really bad. I've watched the Navy games this year, and they are not very efficient. They turn the ball over a lot.
Sailors don't know how to play football this year.
Yeah.
Utah and Oregon State. Utah minus 4.
Give me the beef. Beef
The
at home.
beef.
Yeah, getting 4 points at home. I'll take the beef.
I'm gonna take the Utes.
Yeah, why not?
SoCal at the Fighting Irish. Notre Dame minus 5.
Southern Cal's just trying to finish out the season, get a new coach. Give me Notre Dame. I think they win by a touchdown.
Agreed. Ohio State at Indiana. Ohio State minus 19.
Give me the Buckeyes to roll because Indiana has given up.
Yes, they have. I
They
agree.
blew their load last week against Michigan State. So give me Ohio State to win.
Oregon at UCLA. I don't know why there's an asterisk. Oh, that's on every game. Okay, so Oregon minus 3 at UCLA. UCLA hasn't looked like shit since they beat LSU, so I'll take Oregon.
Yeah, I'm going to go with UCLA.
You?
I think UCLA will cover. I think they'll get within it.
Tennessee at Bama. Bama minus 27. That's a lot of points. But I think they'll cover that.
Yeah, I don't think Hendon Hooker's going to play for Tennessee. He's listed as day-to-day. And I think if he's out, Joe Milton's really bad, and Alabama could win by 40. So I'll take Alabama and give up the 27. I don't like doing that. A lot of points, but I'll take Alabama.
I'm going to take Alabama in the points too. I mean, one loss Nick Saban is a motherfucker.
Yeah, he didn't lose much.
No, and it's in Tuscaloosa, and they're going to beat the crap out of Tennessee, I think.
And what do they have, like 80,000 fans in Tuscaloosa and about 4 fucking teeth?
That's it?
They're a rabid bunch down there. Yeah.
Somebody, one of those Bama fans in the comments, how many fans can Bryant Denny hold? It's got to be more than 80,000.
Whatever. They only have about this. I don't care if there's 85,000. There's still only 4 fucking teeth.
We might get to 5 if we have 100. No. Over under on 5.
Over under on 5. We'll see. I don't know. I mean, there really is nothing good about the state of Alabama. I mean, it really is a shithole. It really is.
LSU at Ole Miss. Ole Miss minus 12.
Yeah, look. There's a section of LSU fans that are going to look at me like, "Oh, Rob's bashing LSU again." You know what exactly? And I'm just being honest. What exactly does LSU have to play for? You know what I'm saying? I think that I don't know if Coach O can motivate them and get them into a set where they can win. And I know they beat Florida, but I think Florida's just bad. That Florida run defense is terrible. And I think Ole Miss can score a point a minute. I really do. I think I'm going to take Ole Miss, and I think I'll give up the 12. I really do.
I'm conflicted. I'm not sure which way to go because in the second half of Kentucky and the entirety of the Florida game, LSU did run the football really well. They've gotten behind Tyrion Davis-Price, and he's looked like a legit running back. I don't know if they finally figured out their blocking schemes or if they're just playing really bad defenses. But they've run the ball really well. But, man, Ole Miss can score. Man, they can put up points.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
man. No shame in that. I mean, they can really get after it. So
I picked against LSU last week, and they bit me in the ass.
Yeah, that's true.
New Mexico State at Hawaii. Hawaii minus 14.
Yeah, New Mexico State and Hawaii have already played this season, right? They because That's the way they do it in the WAC, basically with Hawaii. Like Hawaii will play them here, and then you go there. Hawaii won at New Mexico State by 20, like 41-20 or something, earlier in the season. I think they'll be fine covering the 14 at home. So give me the Rainbow Warriors.
Yeah, I believe the same. The Aggies at the Cox. Aggies minus 19.
No, it's at Texas A&M. It's
I
at
mean,
Cal.
that's yeah.
Yeah.
The Cox
So
at the Aggies minus
South
19.
Carolina is their starting quarterback, Luke Doty, is out. He's got a foot injury, so they've got a graduate assistant in Zeb Nolan, who is literally, I think, is 25, 24 or something like that. I mean, he's an older player, but he literally was eating pork rinds with the assistant coaches at the beginning of the season, trying to get his I'm serious. That's what he was doing. He was in there in the fucking room with them trying to learn how to run offensive plays, etc. Now he's their starting quarterback. That tells you how shitty of a program South Carolina is. Offensively, the Gamecocks are a shithole, and they almost lost to Vanderbilt. Give me the Aggies to roll big.
I cannot believe they almost lost to Vandy.
They got a last-second touchdown to beat Vanderbilt.
That's crazy. Yeah, I'm going to take the Aggies as well. I don't think South Carolina is going to come even close. The only way I can see South Carolina not covering is everybody talks about that hangover from the big game. A&M obviously just beat Alabama, so there's possibly.
Well, hold on. A&M played Mizzou last week.
Oh no,
35-14. So the hangover thing is gone, and they're at home. They went on the road and slapped Mizzou by 3 touchdowns. Didn't really try after that Alabama win. So the hangover thing is completely gone. I didn't mean to bust your bubble there, Dave.
No. It's fine. I can't believe I'm so screwed up on my weeks. Everything's running together.
Yeah, but no, I mean, A&M is they're starting to figure it out, I believe. And I mean, Jimbo Fisher is a cunt flat, but they're playing some pretty good football right now. Isaiah Spiller is really special. Calzada is a young man that is figuring it out at quarterback. Can't make plays with his feet, but he can throw the ball. He really can. He can put the ball on a mark. And
Jimbo Fisher
defense is not very good. So
Jimbo Fisher might be a cunt flap, but I think he's going to be the next cunt flap on the sidelines at LSU.
Hey, who's seen Jimbo Fisher's wife's cunt flap, right? The Florida trainer. That's why he's not at Florida anymore.
No,
at Florida State anymore. You heard about that story, right?
I did not.
So when he was at Florida State, Jimbo Fisher's wife was fucking a Florida trainer. Yeah. He literally, this is true. He married a stripper. Like she was a stripper. Her name was what was it?
Stardust.
It was Candy. No, it was Candy with a K. And he went she made him go and get pay for her name to be legally changed to Candy with a K. If you marry a stripper and she makes you get her name changed to Candy with a K, I got nothing for you. You're a dumb fuck. Strippers are supposed to stay at the strip club. You look at them there and then go the fuck home.
You don't take the stripper home to mom.
No, you go to their fucking apartment and you fuck them there and then you leave. You don't fucking bring them to your house. You don't do that. But he did that and he married her. And she was fucking a Florida trainer. So that's
Hilarious.
all true. That's absolutely true. Look it up. And what's the final game?
The final game is Clemson and Pitt. Clemson at Pitt. Clemson is -3.
Now that's what the line opened up as. Pittsburgh is now a 3.5 point favorite. So it's swung 6 points.
Wow.
Yeah. So here's my thing with this game. I think if you put Pitt in the SEC, they would be competitive with everyone except Alabama and Georgia. I think Pitt can beat everyone in the SEC with the exception of Alabama and Georgia. Kenny Pickett is there for his 6th year in a row as their quarterback up there in fucking Pitt. He's 3rd on the draft board for Mel Kiper, even though Mel Kiper has a ferret on his head. He's very highly thought of as a quarterback prospect. Clemson's defense is not They have their 2 All-American defensive tackles are out, and I think Pitt may blow Clemson out this weekend.
I'm picking
The
Pitt.
guy, I'm taking Pitt, and I'm
taking
getting
Pitt.
3 points at home. I think pretty solid. I really kind of believe that. So, but this could be the weekend too where Clemson figures it the fuck out and they go up there and blow them out. Wouldn't
Right.
surprise me in the least.
So
Pitt-
I mentioned Jimbo probably being on the LSU sideline, and a couple of people commented. If you think that Scott Woodward won't call his good buddy Jimbo, you're out of your mind. And Brandon, yes, he did just sign a new contract, a contract that he can walk away from anytime he wants. And I've listened to everybody who's been asked at a press conference about the LSU job. Dabo, Jimbo, Lane Kiffin. I've listened to everybody who's talked about it, and the only person who gave an answer that I did not believe was Jimbo Fisher. I believed Dabo Swinney when Dabo Swinney answered. I believed Lane Kiffin when Lane Kiffin answered. I thought that Jimbo Fisher was full of shit. And then for his wife to go and reiterate the same sentiment, I think she's full of shit too.
Yeah. By the way, here Pittsburgh has put up 51, 41, 41, 77, 52, and 28. They're averaging giving up 52 points a game on offense. Just saying, they can play some fucking offense.
Not giving up scoring, right?
No, well, here's the thing. They've given up 34 to Tennessee. They got beat by Western Michigan 44 to 41. They gave up 21 to Georgia Tech, 7 to Virginia Tech. So,
they're ranked 23rd right now, and they're 5-1.
But their only loss is to a fucking directional school from Michigan. So
yeah.
Think about that.
Yeah.
But they lost in a shootout. Kenny Pickett, by the way, just some stats on Kenny Pickett. Hold on, check this out. Kenny Pickett has thrown for 1,900 yards, 1,934 yards, 21 touchdowns, 1 interception. I'd say that's pretty fucking solid. He's completing about 70% of his passes.
That's very solid.
And he's thrown 21 touchdowns, 1 pick, almost 2,000 yards.
21-1 ratio. That's
I'd say that's solid. Now,
that's high level.
When you look at Uiagalelei for Clemson, Uiagalelei has thrown for 974 yards, 4 touchdowns, 3 interceptions. Yeah. What a shithole. By the way, Clemson's leading rusher this season, take a guess at how many yards Clemson's leading rusher has on the season. Just take a wild guess.
400.
294 yards.
Wow.
For Kobe Pace, who is their leading rusher. 294 yards. The Clemson offense is shit.
LSU's running back rushed for 287 yards last week.
Well, unlike some people, I'll tell you when my team sucks a dick, and right now Clemson sucks a dick.
Oh, my team sucks. LSU is not very good.
Let's give it some perspective here. Let's look at I'll look at the LSU team really quick here. We'll look at their stats really quick. Doesn't take but a second. LSU stats. Whereas Johnson's thrown for 1,800 yards, 1,863 yards, 20 touchdowns, and 4 interceptions. He's had a fucking great year.
That is a good year.
Great year for him. T. Davis Price has 574 yards on the season. He got the majority of them in that fucking one game.
Yeah, he
did. So there's that. Yeah. So anyway. All right. Well,
you said when we were talking to ourselves that you wanted to talk about outside perspective as it related to the LSU job.
Oh, yeah. With the LSU job. We'll do that before we get out of here. I think that people think from the outside that Woodward's going to go after a big name, And once Sweeney and Fisher said basically they were out, it kind of stoops down from there. I think people from the outside, they like the Michigan State's head coach, and
Mel
they
Tucker.
like God, who was the other guy? I've heard a lot of people talk about Stoops at Kentucky, which I think would be a solid hire. Who is the coach up at Iowa State? I can't remember his name, but he may be like people seem to like him, and they like Luke Fickle too at Cincinnati. So,
So the names I've heard are Fickle, Tucker. Who's the dude at Oregon?
Cristobal.
Yeah, Mark Cristobal. And then
You know what? Matt Campbell. Thank you, Edwin. You know what I've learned about the program tonight about Andre? Andre just wants everything in Louisiana to be fucking at LSU. We need all the Louisiana kids and we need Louisiana's coach. We don't need fucking anybody else. Fuck it all. Fuck it all. We'll just take the state of Louisiana and we'll basically try to ram it up everybody's ass. That's pretty much what Andre wants. He wants just fucking Louisiana people and that's it. That's all he wants. I firmly believe that. That's what he said on the program. Well, we just get the Louisiana folks, and then we'll have fucking a Louisiana coach. Napier hasn't done anything on a Power 5 level. I'd be stunned if they hired Napier. I really would.
I wouldn't be stunned, but I would be like, I don't know if I'd have gone that way.
Coaches in Louisiana, you fucking jizz mop Andre. Calm down with all that shit. He's in Louisiana coaching. By the way, Napier, I remember last season he made some dumb fucking calls in a couple of games. I'm like, really? Really? Awesome.
And they lost to the Chanticleers.
Chanticleer, sir. Get it
Chanticleers.
Yeah.
Sounds French.
I don't know. Edwin hasn't told me who he likes. He needs to message me on who he likes.
Eric Bieniemy.
Yeah. That while you know, from what I've been told, Eric Bieniemy doesn't have his degree. And I think that's a big thing with college is they want you to have your degree before you can coach.
I want to know what Ed Ogeron has a degree in.
That's a good question. Hold on, we'll look that up.
Look that up.
Ed Orgeron. Education. Or Google that right now. He attended, let's see here. Hold on.
He went to Northwestern State.
Let's see here. Hold on, I'm looking it up right now. Let's see what we got here. Let's see here. It doesn't say. Let's see here. USC person. Personal life. Let's see here. It says that he played football at LSU, but left the program after his first year to transfer to Northwestern State University in Massachusetts, Louisiana. That's pretty much what it says there. I don't know. Like, there has to be. Maybe Ed Orgeron doesn't have his degree. I don't know. Let's see here. What college did he graduate from? It says he graduated from Northwestern State, but it doesn't say. I wonder what his degree was in. Oh, here you go. Let's go to the actual LSU page. They'll tell us hopefully where he's at. They still got the picture of him holding up the title in 2019. All right, so here you go. Alma mater, it says he went to Northwestern State. There's that. Yeah, and it just talks about how great he is on the LSU site. That's pretty much what it boils down to. I don't know, like I'm trying to see, like, it doesn't. Come on, man. Somebody has to tell me what the fuck. All right, develop. Let's see here. No. Man, they have all this shit on him about, like, just dumb shit. He was a graduate assistant at Northwestern Louisiana. Assistant strength coach at Arkansas for 2 years. Let's see here. Oh, man. It doesn't tell me. Okay, coaching experience, bowl experience. They have all this shit on here. Head coaching record. What is his fucking degree in? That's what I want to know. I wonder if his degree's in fucking like underwater basket weaving or some shit. Bioinformation and history. Okay, let's see what this says. Coaching doesn't tell us anything. Like, there's several different things here that tell us nothing about Ed
Right.
Orgeron and where his degree's from. That's pretty crazy, right? What would you guess his degree's in?
I wouldn't even know where to start. I would have thought he probably got a degree in auto mechanics or something. I don't know.
No, I'm not bitching. Let's see what he's got. Hold on, let's see here. Head coaching record. I mean, that's great. Early years coaching career. Oh, look, listen to this. Starting in 1991, a series of personal problems began to affect his career at Miami. A Dade County woman filed a restraining order accusing him of repeated violence, and in July of 92, Orgeron was arrested for his part in a bar fight in Baton Rouge. He acknowledged he'd been intoxicated that night and grew angry when not allowed to retrieve his credit card. In October of 92, Orgeron took a leave of absence from Miami for personal reasons. The departure was permanent, and then he was replaced by assistant Randy Shannon. Yeah, so there's that. Pascaloni supposedly did some stuff with him. He coached at Ole Miss. In media, person. Man, it doesn't tell us anything about what is. Like, I want to know what Coach Orgeron fucking has a degree in. Anybody take a guess? Dabo Sweeney's degree. I can tell you what that is because he's got like a. Hold on, let's see here. Dabo Sweeney has. Here you go. Dabo Sweeney has, since Edwin wants to know that. Let's see here. I've got it right here. Let's see here. Hold, please. He was undergraduate Alabama, academic all SEC, SEC scholar, athlete, honor roll member. Has degree in commerce and business administration and a master's degree in business administration from Alabama. So yeah, Dabo Sweeney's got some degrees. I don't know what, like, I'm like stunned with Ed Orgeron. I don't know what the fuck it doesn't tell us anything about where his degree's from. That's fucking
Does not. I cannot find it anywhere.
Orgeron education major. Let's see what his major was in college. Underwater basket weaving. No. It doesn't tell us. Here we go. Let's see. Oh, here he goes. This is from when he was at Southern Cal. Let's see here. Orgeron snapshot. Education. Bachelor's degree in liberal arts from Northwestern State in 1984. So he has a degree in liberal arts. Ta-da!
Which means nothing.
I wasn't going to say that, and he's still your coach. Anyway. Oh, shit. No, it's a degree in liberal arts. That's what he's got, a degree in from Northwestern State. Where's Northwestern State, by the way? Does anybody know?
Natchitoches, Louisiana.
Natchitoches, Louisiana?
Spelled Natchitoches.
Hey, Edwin, is Natchitoches, is that a good school there, Edwin? I don't know. Edwin would be honest with me.
The Demons.
Yeah. The Demons?
Northwestern State Demons.
Wow. All right, so we made our picks there, and I don't really have anything else. Do you have anything else you want to go over tonight, or can we are we done? I don't even know. You got anything else? I mean, I'm fucking like zapped.
If you're zapped, then I'm zapped. No, that's not
anything
true.
else you want to get into this evening? I don't know, man. I mean, I think we're good.
I think we've covered just about everything.
All right. Well,
we got to make fun of Texas. We got to make fun of a bunch of other shithole schools, including our own. We picked some games.
Yeah, Gnome, we miss you. Yeah, we missed. He misses us.
We did miss the Gnome.
Yeah, we'll see you guys later on. Thanks a lot. All right, there you go.